Low, hop in that parlay. I'm straight flexing. I'm straight balling. Yay. Alright, I'm gonna be going over price action in the one trade I took today. What's today? May 15th, 2026. Let's get it. By the way, here's the executions if y'all were wondering. I won 600 times 4 on 4 of my evals. About to pass them. You feel me? Been getting cooked. Been in eval jail. So, yeah. Here, I'll show you. Trade Sinker. There we go. Yes, sir. I had a little bit higher risk on my Lucid account, on my lead account. So I want to ban on that account. But, yeah, some slight. Pretty good day in the markets. Yes, sir. All right, so coming to the day on the 4 hour, I had more of a bearish bias, somewhat neutral, because you know, we have strong displacement to the downside. We're disrespecting bullish PD arrays, and we have great draws lower. But we are technically still trading at all-time highs, so I can't be overly bearish biased, you know. I obviously would be pretty open to take a long, and that's both assets. ES especially looks even better, you know, super strong inverse at the very top. But we're also inside of this 4 hour on ES, but we have those draws lower. So I was definitely more bearish, but a little bit neutral bias, a little bit neutral. And then looking at the 1 hour, I'm obviously super bearish. We're obviously displacing lower, super obvious draws lower, and we're obviously disrespecting bullish PD arrays, respecting bearish PD arrays. Very bearish in my opinion. And then on the 15-minute time frame, I mean, I had pretty simple scenarios coming into the day. I wanted to see us either come down, sweep these hourly lows inside of an hourly gap, and then look for longs, or if we don't get a long from this key level, look for a continuation short to the next unfilled hourly gap below. That was my main dream scenario. If not, see us come up, tap into this 15-minute, possibly look for a continuation short to these obvious draws lower, or probably come up, take this hourly high inside of an hourly gap, and I could have possibly seen a short. But at that point, I probably would have wanted to see continuation longs. Honestly, if we were to rip up here, just be more reactive to what we do, you know, and really, yeah. All right, so right it open, that's pretty much what we do. We come up, we tap into that 15-minute, and at this point, I wasn't really willing to take a 15-minute continuation short to these lows because, as you can see, we're on the 5-minute. There's just too many higher time frame gaps. There was 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and nothing was just super clear. And I honestly just wanted to wait for us to break out of this range, either come take these lows, come take this high to really see, let the market show me what it actually wants to do. All right, as you can see, I just let the market do its thing. We never quite got a clean short setup out of that 15-minute gap. I just had to stay patient and wait. We finally came down, swept these equal lows inside of an hourly gap. So at this point, I was kind of willing. I was willing to take a long setup at this point. I know that this was the most obvious draw on my fault. I got the things messed up. I know this was the most obvious draw on liquidity, and it would have been super clean if we ended up taking these and getting a long. But at this point, I'm just thinking, okay, if we want to go long, we'll probably get a long setup right here. So I would be willing to take it or get a continuation short to those lows. All right, so at this point, I'm willing to take this long if we get this inverse, and I'm liking that V-shaped recovery. I'm liking the displacement, but we end up creating a 2-minute, so I have to wait for the highest time frame inverse. And then the displacement on that is definitely a little bit crazy, and usually I would fade that. I don't love displacement like that. I hate taking trades like that. I end up risking more than I want to, and it's just not the greatest. And they were definitely a little bit uncorrelated, and ES had an unfilled 5-minute above. So really, I wanted these highs to get taken, but I was really just going to take profit once we tapped into the unfilled 5-minute, because I was already in the trade and it was too late. And once you're in a trade, you're in a trade. So, but yeah, we end up almost getting cooked. Could have been brutal, but you know, end up ripping up, and we ended up wicking, but I hit a 1-to-1 and we tapped into the 5-minute. So I took my bread, and you know, it was a decent low day, decent low long, not the greatest. Definitely would have been more confident. There ended up being a 5-minute continuation short right here. Could have entered right here, and honestly, that probably could have been more clean, but it ended up not even playing out somehow, which is kind of brutal. I'm pretty sure Blake took that. But yeah, not the best, not the worst day in the market. So, you know, just got to learn, get better. And yeah, that was a price action for today. Sure.